Hello, everyone!
Hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! Welcome to another edition of your favorite podcast.
What's
New.
sister? We finally gone back to English, I think, right?
We did go back to English,
Yeah.
yes. New year, new us, back to the old language.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're exclusively available on Spotify and YouTube.
Correct. You're still in the festive spirit a little bit.
I don't want to talk about it. It's like a sour story. Just kidding. Jazz did laundry,
Okay.
and I feel like he lost the bottom of my sweatsuit.
Oh.
Either the washer ate it or he did something. Go with he did something.
Okay.
Which I did try to confront him about it
Yeah, I was here.
just
for
now,
that. Yeah.
as you saw,
Yeah.
and he's just totally hands off.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find a reason as to why, other than I look cuter than him in my sweatsuit.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
He's just jealous.
It's lost.
This is sabotage.
Exactly. He's in a sweatsuit today too.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, we tried to come on, but
He wasn't. Someone's got to make the food on the table, you know.
Yeah. But
Anyways,
you look cute. So it
Thank
works.
you.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Your sweatsuit's very cute.
Yeah, we're really repping Aloe.
Sponsor us, Aloe. You wear this sweatsuit every day.
I don't wear it every day, but I
Okay.
would love to
3
wear
times
it
a
every
week.
day. I think I end up wearing
Okay,
it
every
a
time you
lot.
see me.
Every time I see you, yeah. I think there was one day where I dressed up and I saw you and you were very confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we were at the mall, ended up being at the mall at the same time, and you were like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think or something.
I don't know. I was dressed up for something, but I was like,
Because
Yeah,
I
it
only
was-
see sweatsuit, Neha.
yeah, she only gets this. So
Lucky me.
yeah.
I don't mind it. Cute.
Let's be real. And I'm comfortable, so
Exactly.
yeah, I'll take it.
That's what matters.
Anyways, how you been? I
I've been
haven't
good.
seen you in a long time.
I've been good.
Okay, wait, before we continue, we have to talk about what a stir you caused last time when you brought up mango people.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I had coworkers coming up to me at work.
Yeah, I
talking
went to
about
Christmas
this.
parties and people were like, people who hadn't seen the podcast, they were like, I heard there was this like word used, mango people, and I was like, oh my god, why has this become such a thing? So I told Manat we should make shirts. Let's say either I am mango people or I'm not mango people. I still don't think how people understand it, but
I feel it. I explained it to my coworker. She understood it after I explained it.
yeah.
But she's like, do you realize when you're explaining it that you need to know Hindi or Punjabi for this to make sense? And I'm like, yes. I
You're like,
do
I
now.
finally have gotten that.
I got it. Anyways, mango people, as we have explained in the previous podcast, is people who are regular.
It's
The
like
average-
a common interest. Like if something
The
was
average
common,
human.
yeah, if something was just common, like where a lot of people do this thing, that's what we would refer to as.
Right. And in
mango
Hindi or
person.
Punjabi, it's called which also translates to mango, hence why mango people came about.
There you go. But anyways,
It's all
that was just
good.
funny.
It was fun though.
It
That was
was.
a fun week.
It was a good week. It was a good conversation.
I
And
had
it showed how many people actually watch our
I know.
podcast.
That's
so,
true. That was nice actually when it was coming from multiple people. I'm like, oh, you watch?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So
That was a nice feeling.
Yeah, we gotta cause stirs.
I like it.
Yeah.
What's the stir for today?
Well, we both watched this movie that we were very intrigued by.
Impacted by.
Do you want to tell the viewers the title of
It's called Kho Gaye Hum Kahan.
which
It's-
means
Where are we lost?
it means like
Where
did
have
we get lost? And that directly translated sounds really weird, but the idea is like how do we get lost in like the stir of, and the point of the movie was social media. So it's kind of like
What a relevant topic. But
Yeah.
actually, it's obviously a Hindi movie. It came out on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's on Netflix, including Netflix Canada. Go watch it if you haven't watched it yet.
Mhm.
Very refreshing take on, and not even take, it's like an accurate representation, I feel like, of what some people struggle with in the realms of social media and how much it takes over their lives. And it's packaged really well, it's shot really well.
Yeah.
It's about 3 best friends. They all have very different personalities and different lives, but all of them have, which all of us have in common, is a life that you live also on social media. So how that manifests
Mhm.
through different situations that all 3 of them are going through.
And
It does make you introspect. It was one of those movies that was packed. It was so light, and the way it was put across was so non-preachy. But as soon as the movie's done, you're definitely thinking about your own actions and identifying with one or the other characters in different situations to be like either, hey, I've done that, or hey, maybe I'm also like borderline too much in certain phases of life or certain instances in our use of social media.
I think for me it was more of a reflection of like when I was younger. Like I could relate to a lot of like, especially like the girl's character where, you know, you're posting things and then you're being cognizant of like who's observing this or who's liking it, things like that, which I know I don't do now, but like when I was younger, probably a little bit more of like an active thought when you're posting something.
I still struggle with it even now. I don't think anyone like has it, like, the social media balance sorted out.
100%. But I think the growth aspect where I was like, I know a version of me that could have related to this like very strongly.
No, totally. And even in one of the characters, the storyline is around like risks of social media and like a more dangerous kind of situation, which we see a lot of online now as well. And you know, until someone close to you, or if you don't get impacted by something like that, you don't think it's happening, or you don't think it's a big deal until it like hits home, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, this actually can be super dangerous too. What was your like, I guess, favorite aspect of it? Like what made an impact for you?
I think, like, I mean, I don't want to spoil it like as a movie, but like I think for me it was like when the friends were being honest with each other about like when they recognized that there was like problematic use of social media. I think that's really cool to see, because I think that's something you struggle with. Like I'm sure like if you notice me doing something, and there's been times where I post a story, you're like, what is this story? Like I've definitely had those like years ago, but still, you know, like it's nice to have that like honest like person go, and then you're like, okay, true, like why did I post this kind of thing? And it was like a silly thing, it wasn't like it was serious or anything, but I think that was a nice aspect.
Again, memory problems, I have no idea what she's talking about, but I'm sure I ticked you up.
No, you didn't, but it was like, I think for me that was a nice part of the movie too, where they recognized that like one of the characters was engaging in some of these like concerning behaviors, and they were able to like call them out on it. Which I think of course we like hesitate with too, and you need to do it like sensitively too, like you can't just be like,
of course,
you know, like
it should be nice.
So I liked that.
I think for me I liked the real life impact that it showed. Show not only like what they're doing on social media, but then they put their phone down and then you see it, the effect of it in their like real life, and how they're interacting with somebody else, or you know, shutting themselves off from the world because of the impact of something online. So that to me was, I think it just helped like the relatability factor, and also almost like normalized to be like, I know there's been instances I felt like that. And then like you said, I think the authentic conversations between each other, and how they also got hampered with the heightened social media use, and how it came to like a breaking point basically. And then they were able to like break those walls and barriers and have honest conversations. And
you're posting, like what's your thought process?
It's like changed so much. So I feel like most of my posting is probably on Instagram. It's just one of my favorite. It's due to the visuals. I've always been into like photography, had a stint as like, you know, fashion blogger when I was a teenager and all these things. So I feel like if you go through my feed, you can literally see me like grow up on the feed, even in terms of how it's looking, etc. Like when it first came, it's literally like pictures of me and Jazz in a library studying at U of A, or like sitting in like a Boston Pizza booth. That's what our life was, and it was just like sporadic. Which
I think is kind of cool. It's like an online album in a way, right? Like,
which
I
is like
it for that
exactly.
reason.
It's like so nice to have that. So it started off, I feel like, very random. Then when I went into fashion blogger mode, it was very scheduled. Where I felt like it was intentional because it would coincide with when I was releasing my blog posts. So it became like that. Then it became into this like, as our cameras and stuff started getting better, it became more like photography based. I wanted better like photos. So there's like a section of it that's just like overly edited, not even nice. At the time I thought it was nice. It's all good. Everyone's like taste and stuff changes over the years, and it's so there's a bunch of those like edited, really trying to nail down the photography, and then it's, I feel like over the last couple of years evolved more into like moments. I want to share only like kind of special moments, knowing that, you know, there's a lot of it's also, I'm like, oh, there's so many people that you don't see on the daily, but it's
Mhm.
kind of nice when you meet people, there is some common ground because they've seen you went on a trip or did
Right.
something on your Instagram.
Yeah.
So it does keep people connected in that
Yeah.
way. And then I feel like the last year or so, it's kind of like gone back to just like whatever my heart feels like doing.
Yeah.
So it's like not really structured. And now a mishmash of like, I just feel like it, or this was just a nice moment,
Yeah.
or usually gloating about my husband, wishing him happy birthday when he's sitting beside me.
Yeah.
So now it's just like, I really don't care what people think. It's
Yeah.
really not for, it's like a public account, but it's for public consumption, but like not driven by that.
Like you're not thinking about that.
Which is just freeing and nice. Yeah.
That makes sense. I think, yeah, similar. Like especially now, I think it's like random and organic. Like if I feel like posting, I'll post. If I don't feel like posting, I won't post. And when I was younger, I also like had a stint where I like had a blog and stuff, and like I'd post like outfits, like. But at the time, it just served its purpose, and it was fun, right?
Yeah.
And and it's funny because over time, like people would be like, "Oh, you don't do your fashion stuff anymore," and whatever. And I'm just like, "Yeah, but I don't. It doesn't like fill me like in any way, right? Where I'm feeling excited about it." I like dressing up still, that hasn't changed, but I like doing it on like my own terms, not for like the gram, right? So I think now it's just like, I feel like posting, I post. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah, and I think a part of also growth and evolution, and again, this is not really like general at large, like I'm speaking from a very personal experience. I've learned to also not judge whether people are posting too much or not at all. It's such a personal experience on social media, however it serves you, right? And the judgment around like, oh, if someone posts a lot, oh, they must be on social media all the time, versus someone who doesn't post at all, so the perception is like, oh, you're so cool, you don't post, that must mean like you're not on social media and you're living a more, I don't know, wholesome, fruitful, balanced life than the ones that are posting. But it's really not the case. I know a lot of people that have 0 posts on their accounts and they're constantly online on social media. I think we all need to like drop the judgment and just take it as a personal experience. It's almost like you're saying, we're literally treating it like a personal highlight album.
Exactly, yeah.
So if you can have a place of where you're highlighting special things and special moments, and it can be your personal diary, like maybe it should just be looked at as that. And just stop judging. Let's not judge each other.
I think that and the judgment spans across so many. We could get on a whole like conversation about judgment, but I think you're right. Like I think there's no, just because we use it a certain way doesn't mean somebody else is using it that way. Everyone's using it for different reasons, and it's fine. It's all fine, right? So
don't judge. It's like for sure coming from a personal space, because I for sure had people like, not so much in the last like couple years,
people build a narrative about you,
100%, and they would be like, oh, you're like on it all the time, and like back in the day, again, the stigma when you're not so self-assured, I feel like things like that do like play to you. And I saw them, maybe they didn't even mean it negatively, but I just saw it like that, to be like, oh, they're judging that, like, oh, Manat knows everything about like Instagram, like you like, you know, you post like every day, don't you? And I'm like, no, I only post like 3 times a week. But it's like, I have a blog, that's why I'm posting. Like I found myself getting like defensive. Defending yourself, but it's just, I think like awareness of like when you're making comments like that, like is that making someone feel good or feel bad, you know?
But and at the end of the day, you have to decide how you want to feel about it. So if someone says that to you, and I guess like, you post a lot, I'm like, I do. Like, you know what I mean? Like if it's a factual thing, then sure, like you're right, I do. You know, and then it ends there.
Also, like other people's comments a lot more, I think now, for the most part, are like water off a duck's back. Like your perception is not my reality anyway. So
100%.
Say what you want. I'll do what I want. How would you say you use social media? I don't know if I'm doing some of these questions or not, but how would you say you use social media predominantly right now? How is it adding to your life in any way, I guess?
I think I use it for fun. Like it has to be fun. Like I'm not consistently on there. I use YouTube more than I actually use Instagram. Like I love watching short form content. That's why we're doing this also. But for me, like that's more fun. It's fun to like I watch like this couple in like Toronto. They're like cute. They pull pranks on each other. They make fun videos, and I love watching stuff like that. It's like relatable. It's fun. It's chill. So for me, I think it has to be relaxing. So if I'm in not the right headspace, I don't go on Instagram. Like that's when I'm actually not on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's how I use it. And it's not a very conscious decision. It's just I don't feel like going on it when I'm maybe not doing the best. So then I'll be on like YouTube or something and I'll be like watching something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I would use it.
For me, it's very conscious and awareness based. I can definitely tell when I've been on it for too long that I need to pull back and it's having a negative effect. And I know we've talked about this in previous podcasts, just being more aware of your energy and not only people and who, in terms of like who's draining it and who's not.
Yeah.
But it's also social media based, I feel. Like did it drain my energy being on it and scrolling and looking at things, or did it not? I'm in marketing as a profession, so I do need to be on it. I have a social media team that reports into me, so looking at it in that context, I always find my energy's never drained because I think I'm on it for such a specific business reason. But I think when I'm in my personal space, that's when I find there's either an energy suck or like a what's the opposite of
Burst.
Giving energy
Like
energy burst. Energy suck or energy burst. So I find if I'm, for example, I go on it for lots of different stuff. So like if I'm going to a party or something and I want like outfit inspo, then I'll go on there. There's a couple accounts that I follow to just like, hey, I've hit like a roadblock on like how I want to style myself for this. Holiday parties, for example. I just went on those couple bloggers that I follow and get like outfit inspo, and then you shut it off and you do your thing. So that's like an energy burst to me. I went there for inspiration, came back. I use it for cooking a lot, so I have like subfolders of like posts that are saved, so it just makes it easier. You're not, you know, writing recipes down and all that stuff anymore. So I have a saved folder of food, so when I'm at like, when Jazz is like, what's for dinner, and I have like no idea, I'll go into that, I'll go on Instagram, I'll go into that folder, I'll look at all the recipes that I've saved and what I have groceries for, and then like follow that recipe and make it. So again, energy burst. When it's an energy suck is the doom scrolling, and I have to be very aware of that. And Jazz is also like hyper aware of that. He can tell if I'm just like down.
I go on for memes also. That's another thing I enjoy. So people will send me stuff.
Yes.
I have this, I don't know what's wrong with my Instagram, so I don't get notified when people message me.
Yeah.
So half the reason I'm even on it is to go and see if somebody's messaged me. And a lot of times it's like my like sister-in-law or like somebody who sent me a meme or something. And then they're like, those are entertaining. So I probably use it more for memes now too. Because there's so many like relatable things, and like
a game changer for me has also been turning off notifications on my phone as a whole. So I don't think this is like
it's a game changer for us also. We can't get a hold of you. We literally, I'm like, okay, now I gotta call her husband because I don't know how to get a hold of this girl.
It's true, I am trying to find my balance, but it wasn't so much.
Me and your mom, we've been complaining.
There was, I just like, again, just hyper aware of like right now in my
life. She just goes from one extreme to the opposite extreme. Like, there's no in between.
I agree, for sure. And I'm trying to find like what that balance is. But in this season of my life, I want to be more detached from my phone. And I feel like I'm there right now because I implemented this a couple months ago.
It's just, but you know, when you need something and you're kind of like, hey.
It's not like user friendly for other
it's
people.
more for that reason. Otherwise, it's great. Like, you do you.
It wasn't
some of us can't do what we need to do if we're not getting her.
I agree. I'm learning. And I'm trying to think about maybe I should turn on some notifications. Right now, it's only home security.
Exactly.
So if my house is in danger,
so
or
we have to show up here to get her attention.
Then I get a notification. But I turned off iMessage, WhatsApp, and Instagram, and Facebook. Everything's off.
And then you call her and she doesn't have her physical phone. So the one she actually has on.
So here's the thing.
Putting my grievances on.
I was like, do you want more time? Here's a mic. What else are you pissed?
That's it.
It's, you don't realize, but when you have more distance from your phone, if you're not going on it all the time,
Yeah.
you become less conscious of it, which means in like my house, I'm leaving it on a different floor and I've just come down to start
But
cooking.
you realize
but
you
it's
actually
upstairs.
don't need it as much as you think you do.
But then
right?
people are trying to reach you and they can't.
Well, in that sense, yes. But I mean, like
That's
in
a
the
problem.
general, if you're just sitting around, you just pick it up and start doing things on it. That's what I
That's
mean,
the
right? So
problem.
I think
That's my
that's
problem.
the problem.
It's not like I would go on WhatsApp because
Yeah.
my parents, you or Jazz, and sometimes Courtney and Christina,
Yeah.
one of
Yeah,
these
your
people
main
have
group,
messaged,
yeah.
like my main peeps,
Yeah.
and I would check that message, but then you're clicking on Instagram. Why? There's no notification, there's no reason, but just because you're on the phone, you're like, might as well.
Yeah.
So I was getting irritated with myself a couple months ago, and yeah, I just wanted some distance, and now I've taken it too far.
So now we're all irritated with you, but you're not irritated with you, so that's good.
Yeah.
We're making steps
So I'm
to-
trying to figure out, like, maybe I should turn WhatsApp on.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
But then sometimes there's headache conversations in there. So
You
right
mute
now,
those. So-
I get that, but it's not the group chats that bother me.
No, but you can mute.
It's you guys.
It's us, actually. She's probably muted us.
I'm the problem.
Yeah, it's all us.
No, it's just right
Yeah, I feel
now.
like we-
It's set up in a way when I'm ready to converse, I'll go on WhatsApp or Instagram.
Yeah,
and
that's
I'll-
fair, but if someone's like, hey, are you meeting me here?
You
You're
know
not
why it
here.
doesn't work? Because I have such a social, extroverted
Why? Because
life.
you're late. So I also, I'm
Also
like,
that.
are you coming? Are you close? Like, things like
Yeah.
that. It'd be nice to know.
Which I wasn't late the time you were trying to reach me.
No, that was fine.
Yeah.
No, that's all good. It's not about that. It's just, yes, there are
No, I
times
think
you gotta
it's- You just need a quick update, and then I'm just nowhere to be found.
That's
I'm like,
wrong.
sorry guys, I was social distancing from my
Yeah,
phone.
from my phone, and we're like, okay.
Hey, whatever works, whatever serves this season of your life, you do you.
100%. And I'm still here. We're still
We
friends.
figure it out.
We're still friends.
We figure it out.
We made it work.
But no, I'm gonna turn on some notifications. I wish you could select certain people. Not that I don't talk to people I don't want
You
to
can.
talk to.
So
it's
here's
not-
here's what I've done. My family and stuff is
Yeah.
on I get notified. So my phone is always on do not disturb.
Okay.
So I never get lit up. I don't like notifications. I have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
But you can select few people that when they message you,
No
they
matter what platform?
Yeah, no matter what platform.
Oh.
Yeah. So I do that.
Okay, show me this after
Yeah,
this
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, so I do that. So people like my parents and stuff, if they
Yeah.
text me, it vibrates.
And
If they, yeah, of course. Yeah, so if you call me or if you message me, it always pops up.
See, that's smart.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I do that.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. Perfect. Okay, we've problem solved.
We've
Let's
problem
move.
solved. All right, on to now that we've solved my issues. What did we call this?
I don't know. We've called it banter with the bull, Katori conversation. It's been a lot.
Quick questions with Neha and Mans. Let's see what
That's today. Give us an idea
Yeah,
for what we should
it's
call this.
basically our rapid fire,
Yeah.
which for the Indian audience, it's very inspired by Coffee with Karan, but also it's just a fun format.
Yeah, I think every
Fun.
single
We're having fun doing it.
Every single platform has a rapid fire now. You
Yeah,
watch any interview,
that's
any
true.
Indian, they
Yeah.
all have rapid fires.
Yeah, you know what? So do a lot of the Gore ones, like
That's
Vogue and Vanity Fair, like
Yeah.
on their things. There's always a quick
It's like
fire
quick-
question.
Quick fire.
Quick fire.
Okay, you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. Time spent on Instagram.
Oh God.
Okay, I don't have my phone, but I checked because I knew you put this in here, so I'll tell you.
Okay, you go first.
So we're going. So it's like the summary time.
Yeah.
Okay, mine was 46 minutes.
Cool, Neha. Again, there's no judgment
Not at all.
on whether
It's-
you do it or you don't. It's fine. How do I check?
You know, your activity. So if you want to know, if anybody's curious, you go on your
Click
profile,
the 3 bars.
click the 3 bars in the corner, click your activity, and then you scroll down to time spent.
Time spent. Okay, so mine says 2 hours, 30 minutes on Instagram. But there's a caveat, okay? My weekend usage is 1 hour, 17 minutes. But my weekday usage is double that, 2 hours and literally double 30 minutes. And that's because I'm also on it for work during the day.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday. So the Monday to Friday average is higher than the weekends. And anyways, no judgment, big or small, but
You should check.
That's what mine's at. But you should check and be aware.
I think so. I think it's also interesting because it breaks it up by days and then it gives you like a summary. Because if you hold on to a day, it tells you like exactly.
Today I'm at 1 hour and 3 minutes. And it's 4 p.m. currently. Not bad. Not bad at all. And today is a work day.
Yeah.
So I work during the day. And I was on it for work too. So I think you know what this is helpful for is being cognizant of if you're like not doing well from a mental health perspective and correlating it to maybe if you think that social media could be a contributing factor, just having these kind of metrics helps to be like, you know what, this past week it's averaging XYZ number, whereas on the other days I was on it way less and I'm not feeling so good, so let me try to take out. It's almost like a, you know, like when you do diet elimination diets.
Well, I think
it's like a mental elimination
It's
diet.
also nice if you want to like use social media less or something. Like, what does less actually mean? It's a good way to like gauge what less could mean for you, right?
Also, there's also really great functionality on here which has come about in the last couple of years, which is daily limits and quiet mode that you can put on there.
So I actually have that on for
great.
Instagram where I have it an hour. So like after, if I've been on there for an hour, it like grays out my Instagram.
Yeah.
And there's a little timer thing. That
Sweet.
means you've used up your time for the day. So
those are great checks and balances to put into
if
place.
there's an app you feel like you're using a little bit too much, then those are things you can do.
Cool. Top 3 fave Insta accounts you follow.
This is hard. I don't think I have. You?
Made it.
Leonard Column is my favorite Insta account.
Right.
It is. I love it.
Thank you.
Diet Sabia is really funny. What's the
Diet Prada.
Diet Prada's English equivalent to that. And then what else? I'll have to think about it. Okay, you go.
I have obviously I go to Instagram for inspiration and entertainment a lot. So my number 1 is Diet Sabia also. Just hilarious. And also, just hilarious. My number 2 so shallow. But no judgment, so I can share.
You're like judging yourself.
I know I am. Is someone judging me? Who cares? It's this account called Voompla.
It's also your husband's favorite account now.
VOOMPLA. Basically, it's just like an Indian paparazzi account. And I'm not gonna lie, I mostly go on there to see what all the Indian celebs are wearing because wedding season and Diwali is always a couple months away every year, and I just want to see what people are wearing and what they're up to. So that's my second. And then the fashion, I use it for fashion inspo quite a bit as well, but that changes depending on what I need. Right now I'm really hooked on Lydia Thompson. She's a fashion blogger from the UK.
I like Shay Mitchell. Her Instagram's just fun. Being silly, and like you watch her stories and it just seems like she's having a good time.
That's very interesting. So I've changed in like why I go on the platform or what kind of content like excites me. So previously I loved like Shay Mitchell and those kind of accounts because I was like, oh, they're so funny in their life. But now I feel like I'm just disinterested in what people are doing in their lives.
I wouldn't say it's for that reason.
Yeah.
I think
also like she has a great like mix of like fitness and fashion and lifestyle and all of that too. And makeup and like stuff that we are interested in. But I'm just like less likely to, I guess, follow things that are for like someone else's life. I don't know, I just don't want to like watch.
I'm definitely not watching it for that, but for me, I've been using Instagram for like home decor stuff.
Oh yes. Yeah. See, it's like so great for things like that.
For
I also use it in marketing also. Like I use it so much for educational content because marketers will go on there and like all different investors, real estate, financial people, everyone goes on there. The fact that Reels is so easily digestible, so I really like the quick content also.
Short form content.
Yeah, and then if you're super interested, then you can like swipe up and go to the Forbes article or whatever they're actually referencing.
I like the people who are giving tips. Like I don't know if we end up putting this question, but like what we use it for? Did you or no? I know what it was.
Yes, we do.
Like trends or something.
So right here, social media use. What do you use?
Well, yeah, we kind of answered that. Like we both are using it for like what we might need in that like given time, right? And for like I love like people who are putting like Amazon finds and they put like, you know, like which is a dangerous kind of game to play. Also I come here and you tell me Amazon finds, so it's
like,
I'm getting that content live in the Jannat house.
But that's the concept. But again, that's because you're interested in that stuff right now. So I like that. It's more so like, how is this platform serving me To be like, what do I need right now? Okay, I need outfit inspo. I need home
Exactly.
decor inspo.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like I don't have time to like read a book on marketing trends right now. I follow a couple accounts that talk about that.
Yeah.
Let me just go to the last few posts just to make sure that I'm, you know, not missing out, or is there something new
Yeah.
trending, whatever, that I need to be updated on.
Yeah.
So it's nice for it to serve you and use
Yeah.
it like that versus
Yeah.
just getting consumed by it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I use. Oh, sorry. Do you look at likes / story views?
No, I really don't care.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't look at it.
Yeah, I think Instagram took away the number thing, or sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
I think
I'm
you
not
can
sure.
turn it off.
Yeah,
Like you can edit it. To
I can never
be-
tell.
But I
Yeah.
I don't look
I
at
don't care.
it. Yeah.
It's for me.
Yeah.
My album is for me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm for me. I'm
Fave
just kidding.
post in the last 1 year. Oh, brother.
Oh, I don't have my phone, so.
It's okay. You can use
Okay.
mine.
Okay, while you're doing that, let's.
Yeah.
Favorite social media platform?
Instagram. I'm just a visual person.
Yeah. I like
Even data. I like looking at data in a visual format. Just
I would say Instagram too / YouTube. Yeah.
Like Swins, for example, not a super visual person, so he really enjoys X.
Oh,
Twitter.
Yeah.
Because it's like short form. He's more like into obviously like news and sports updates and things like that, and so you'd
Yeah.
rather digest it in that format.
Sure.
Photos is so entertainment based that he's
Yeah.
like, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna scroll very far. My favorite
I knew
post
that
is
was-
yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite post is my last post because it's wishing my husband a happy birthday and calling him spectacular, and I think he was invented because he's so spectacular. The end.
So cute. I don't think I have a favorite post, but sure. Let's look.
Which
Videos.
account is the question?
I
Maybe?
know, I'm
Which
like-
account?
I'll look. Hold on.
Okay. Do you prefer reels or posts? As a consumer, and actually even making them, I've started doing more reels. I prefer reels. Reels are fun. It's just, I feel like you can get a lot more across with the combination of like an audio visual than just visual. But again, it depends on your purpose. If you take a very aesthetic photogenic photo, then you want to do a post. For information and inspiration, I really like reels because again, looking at marketing based stuff or financial stuff I want to learn more about, or fashion outfits, just nice to see a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pick this one because it's our Diljit dance video. I've wanted to do a dance video for ages, and I finally did one, and I love Diljit, so I think in the last
Aw.
year that would be, and you're in it, so
Cute.
that would be my favorite. The other one I was gonna pick was a little bit older, but that would be my favorite from last year.
I like
There you
it.
go. Okay,
Us
what was
rocking out to Diljit, our boy.
Yeah, what was the question?
Reels or posts? What do you prefer?
I would say reels probably. It's nice to have the visual and the audio aspect.
I
to
know,
it.
I just
Oh,
said
did
it.
you? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I was like, no.
Copy paste.
Yeah,
We
copy
feel
paste,
the
yeah.
same way about it.
Yeah, I like that. And I don't know, they're just like, we're so creative. Like, I'm like, damn, like,
Yeah.
I wish I, like, if I took out the time. to
Dude,
do
the recipe
this,
ones,
like,
they're so creative.
Yeah.
And there's a lot now of, I don't know what the trendy like name is for it, but it's name. But people are doing stuff and it's only the sound of them doing it, and apparently that's very like relaxing or something. I don't know, but
like an ASMR type thing?
what is that? What does that
ASMR.
mean?
Oh, I forget what it stands
What
for.
does that mean?
What is you don't okay? So ASMR, it's funny because I've been watching ASMR for like years. It's like on YouTube.
Silent.
So I forget what it stands. Wait, Google it. What it stands for. So if you ever ASMR is like sounds, like it's like various sounds. So it
yeah, like when people are doing. Well,
so it's like sometimes it's like whispering. Sometimes it's like with I forget what it stands for though.
autonomous sensory meridian response.
Yeah. So if you YouTube
Oh,
ASMR.
A term used to describe a tingling, static-like, or goosebump sensation in response to specific triggering audio or visual stimuli.
Yeah, it's
That's
really-
very scientific. But it's like the sensation people get when they watch stimulating videos or take part in certain activities.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my like addiction with it is the cooking ones, because I'm on this like home cooking every day thing.
I like it. I'm here for
She
it.
gets invited over for it.
Yeah.
But it's like so much more engaging to me, and I
Yeah.
want to make that dish when the sounds are like chop chop and wash and
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I've watched those for years, and it's interesting. It's made its way like in
Yeah.
a shorter way.
the
'Cause
house
there's like
cleanliness ones are also great.
there's like hour-long ones on YouTube.
They
the
like
sounds.
however much reels constricts you to 1
Yeah.
minute.
Watching movies is really hard for me. The most I'll watch a movie is at your house, like because I can't. I just
Anyways, this was a very relevant conversation,
very.
all spurred by us watching a movie.
Thank you. Yeah.
Who are we thinking?
The director
Oh.
of that film. I don't know who it was, but we got
God.
a topic.
We did. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back with another episode in 2 weeks.
Maybe.
Hey!
I'm just kidding.
What is this? We will be.
I'm
can-
hiding it. We will show up.
You hold us to it. Anyways,
Someone message
someone
us
there.
in a
Oh.
week.
Uncle?
Someone in a week.
Somebody. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. That's it for today.